All right, welcome everybody tonight. The numbers are in, and it is truly a remarkable moment in terms of U.S. economic history. The world's largest economy has suffered its worst GDP drop on record, that is in history, and now it is in recession, a staggering contraction of 32.9% from April through June. Puts the toll of coronavirus in stark perspective. The pandemic wiped out the last 5 years of economic growth in just a matter of weeks. The GDP figure is compounded by even more bad news, and that is initial unemployment claims went up for the second week in a row. Another 1.5 million Americans lost their jobs. These economic figures are lagging indicators. They're a delayed response to the pandemic in the United States. This we can actually track in real time, and coronavirus cases are breaking record after record. Julia Chatterley joins me now. So, Julia, these numbers, these GDP numbers, while they are certainly abysmal, they are indeed a lagging indicator. When you look at the initial unemployment claims, 1.5 million Americans filing unemployment, that shows that this recovery is stalling. How worrying is that?
It's incredibly worrying. Let's be clear, that number that you just showed was an annualized number so that we can compare apples with apples compared to what we got with Germany today. We're talking about a quarterly decline of around 9.5% for GDP here in the United States. And remember, it would have been far worse if we hadn't seen states like South Carolina, Georgia, Florida reopening in May and June. The price for that, of course, is the rising COVID cases now that we're seeing all around the country. And the costs are clear. And to your point, exactly, saying we're seeing it in the numbers, a rise in the number of people that are asking for first-time benefits. We've still got almost 17 million people getting benefits, actually getting their hands on the cash. And remember, that bump up in unemployment runs out this week. For me, I can tell you, I'm incredibly worried for both of those reasons. And if we look towards what Congress is doing or not doing, quite frankly, now is not the time to be withdrawing financial support. And that's the key takeaway from today, I think.
Yeah, it's important to remember those millions of Americans that are relying on that unemployment insurance running out this week, as you mentioned. So walk us through why the Dow hasn't reacted more to these numbers. It was initially down a lot more. Now, if we could show it, guys, on the screen, it's down about 200 points or so, so not very much. Is it because investors are simply focused much more on the stimulus as opposed to a lagging indicator like the GDP numbers?
You've answered it twice, and you're completely correct. One, this is backward-looking. Where are we now? Well, the economic recovery is struggling, but we're in a world where bad news is arguably good news because, as Jay Powell said yesterday, we will keep the cash coming. So not only is Jay Powell there to support the financial markets, if not the real economy, but Congress will hopefully come up with the goods too. Investors win. Shame we can't do the same for the real economy, and that just takes time.
As you said, it does indeed take time. Julia Chatterley live for us there. Thank you so much.